What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining the stream again. We've got a lot of PCs that just went out of stock and a bunch of PCs that are now overpriced. So I'll kind of show you what's happened since our Black Friday stream. We've got a few PCs that have jacked up their prices a few $100s. Look at this. Let me pull this open a little bit more so you can see which computers this is. Yeah, we've got several on here that are now no longer a good deal. This Corsair Vengeance A5100 at Best Buy jumped $500. This CLX Horus jumped $370. The average is close to about $300 on a bunch of these. So the computers that are now, I'd say, overpriced, I now have like a very light green. And then the ones that are still good deals that are still in stock, I have it green, and then I've added a few PCs on this list as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn on these beautiful PCs behind me. Why is the AVG PC not turning on? That one does not want to turn on. There we go. Both of these must both be on the same circuit. Well, those did not want to turn on. Oh well. This one did though. There we go. This guy's not turning on. Oh, those are all on the same circuit. Let me turn that on. There we go. There we go. That's better. All right, how's everybody doing? Once again, I have that spreadsheet in the description of this video where you can see all of the latest changes to the deals that are going on right now. We've got several that are now overpriced. Well, not overpriced. They're no longer good priced. Colby Cooper, what's going on? Owen, good to see you. Hey, onda amigos. I think that means what's going on, amigos? Oh, and yo, I ended up getting the iBuyPower Y40 Pro with 5060 Ti. Nice. So the PC that ended up selling the most from what I've seen come in as far as numbers was this. It's out of stock now. But well, technically it's not out of stock. If you check this link, some Walmarts, you can buy it for local pickup. My Walmart shows it as not available, but it is showing that some Walmarts can still buy this PC for local pickup. But this is what I saw. This is what I saw sell the most of on Black Friday. Luxifer, what's going on? Jose Paredes. Why are there so little people watching? I think it is because I delayed so much in the beginning. Had like a 10-minute delay on starting this because I was trying to figure out the multi-streaming to stream to multiple different things. But it'll pick back up here in a little bit. But yeah, the PC that just really disappointed me that how much it went out over what it was on Black Friday was that Corsair Vengeance A5100 at Best Buy. Jumped $500. So I noticed this happened last year where as PCs like once they got down to like maybe a few more units, they figured, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and jack these prices up because it's a high demand computer and someone's gonna buy it for $500 more. But yeah, for those of you that were not on the Black Friday stream, in the description of this video, I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Let's go to live here. In the description for this video, let me make sure this is not double audio. Okay. There's this little chart right here, Cyber Monday Gaming PCs, and in that, it's going to have all of these computers. So basically my top recommended ones, also the ones that I kind of don't really technically recommend anymore. I just want you guys to see how things are changing. But yeah, I'll show you what's still in stock, what's sold out, what's in purple. You can still order it, but it's either going to be a delayed shipping or it's going to be for local pickup. And then the dark green are the ones that are still considered good deals in my book. But then you scroll a little bit further, you can see all of the PCs that I've reviewed this past year, all of the latest gen PCs, how all of their average FPS and 1% lows compare to each other. So if you find a PC that is a similar configuration as far as CPU and GPU, you can kind of weigh that against the competition to see if the CPU and GPU combo for the computer that you want to get is going to be how it stacks up against the other ones that you have options to get. But yeah, for each of these computers that I have done full-on reviews for, you can actually see the actual FPS for each of them. If you click on this right here, it will jump you down to where I have their 1080p, 1440p, and 4K gaming FPS. This is all at ultra graphic presets. But yeah, that's a super helpful resource. And then you can click right here to go back to the top of the spreadsheet. So for those of you that are on mobile, by the way, the spreadsheet, it seems like because there's so much information on it, the spreadsheet is not going to work if you're trying to view it on mobile. So you're going to have to view it on a computer in order to see the spreadsheet. But I still have these links in the description as well for those of you that are on mobile. All right, so Andrew, Velstorm LCD Pratex desktop PC or the O11 Vision. I would definitely say the Velstorm LCD, in my personal opinion. Go ahead and go to that one. This is one of my favorite gaming PC design. Oh, you can't pick it up. Okay, yeah, for shipping it's still available. I had this one on the stream last year, or I had the iBuyPower Y60, and then I put a screen on it to simulate what the Velstorm LCD Praetex looks like. But yeah, that's just a beautiful case. You can put all of your stats on here, whatever graphics you want to put. They have software on this computer that lets you kind of stack how you want your widgets on there. Lord Voldemort, today I picked up the iBuyPower Y40 with a 5080 and AMD Ryzen 7900X for 1950. Couldn't play yet though because I work overnight at work right now. So you work all night? You have like a night shift? Kelly, you are the best. Appreciate that. I got this pre-built from Walmart. iBuyPower Y40 Pro, 7800 X3D, and 9070 XT. That's a very good combination. That seems to be a very popular bang for your buck combination. The 9800 X3D is pretty much the best CPU that you can get for gaming. And that 9070 XT is the best, the most bang for your buck GPU that you can get. AMD did a great job creating a lot of power for not as much money. The only thing with AMD GPUs is they, at the 9070 XT, basically there's nothing above that. They don't have like the highest performing GPUs, but they have very good cost-effective GPUs. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate that. Hey, the more exclamation marks, the better. JJ Gamer, W spreadsheet. Appreciate that. Yeah, this spreadsheet took a long time to make. It took several days of like full-on work to put this together and make it all organized for you guys, to have all these links to the actual FPS for each of these computers for you to just be able to click on them, and for it to shoot you down to that part of the spreadsheet. And then we also have the price to performance ratios. Oh, that's something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. So next to all these PCs that I've actually had my hands on reviewed in the studio, you'll find some of these computers that have 2 stars next to them, and those are the ones that have increased in price. You can see that they are no longer in the rank that they used to be, but you can see where they used to be. So Lenovo Legion Tower used to be the number 2 best price to performance ratio PC for 1080p. Used to be the number 1 for 1440p. Now it's at $11.55 per FPS at 1440p. So that would shoot it way down to like mid on the list. But yeah, that's what happens when prices changes your rank on what's the best deal to buy. Wow, out at 5 a.m. Dang. Hey, what are you doing on a YouTube live stream while you're at work, sir? Get back to work. Hey, don't get fired because of me, because of my stream. Oh, I have the alert box off screen. Let's bring it back here. JJ, thanks for the sub. Oh, so somebody yesterday, they said they wanted to get this exact Apex gaming PC. I got an email back from Apex because they actually didn't send me the exact configuration of the PC. I mean, I knew it was a 5090, but as far as all the different things that you would need to select in order to create that exact PC, let me find that email. Yeah, so it was a Intel 285K 360mm LCD AIO. The Wi-Fi was an Asus TUF 7890. 1,000-watt platinum PSU, reflective RGB fans. That was one piece of that puzzle that I didn't know what to click on. But yeah, this GPU is massive. I've already taken it out just to kind of examine it, and it's a heavy GPU. And you know when a GPU has got some nice weight to it, you know those heat sinks are high quality. Siphon, by the way, I ordered my PC last minute and it changed prices as the order was going through, so it changed me full price. Oh, lame. So as you were checking out, it changed the price? Yeah, I mean, I understand why companies do stuff like this when stock gets low. But to me, honestly, it just seems kind of greedy when they change prices by this much. Yeah, we got a good, I'd say a good third, what is that? A good quarter of the PCs that were still available. No, maybe not a quarter. Probably like 15-20% of the PCs that were still available just jacked up their prices by several $100s. Jose ended up going with the Alienware Area 51 Ultra 7 265K 5070 Ti. Said was gonna go for the Aurora 5080, which was a better deal, but wanted to be able to upgrade later on. Makes sense. Kelly, what is your most powerful PC? The most powerful currently in the studio is the Apex RTS 5090 right now. It's actually the only PC in here. Yeah, it's the only PC in here right now with the 5090. I have reviewed a lot of 5090 PCs. Unfortunately, I don't get to keep any of them because they're very expensive computers, so I always have to send them back. I did get a 4090. I was gifted a 4090, but that was a build kit from Corsair that me and my wife actually put together for a video. And they weren't going to make me re-put everything back together, so thankfully they let me keep that one. Siphon, are the PCs really overpriced considering RAM prices right now? RAM prices are something that is really making pre-builts a lot more valuable right now because of how crazy that market is. Jose, how much more did you... Oh, wait, no, you're not the one that the price changed. So Siphon, you haven't purchased your PC yet? You're trying to figure out if you can get it for that price? But yeah, so far the only PC in this weird but cool PCs that I've actually reviewed. I mean, technically the Veilstorm, I reviewed a PC that was identical to that parts wise. It wasn't the Veilstorm brand, but the Origin PC Arachnid is my favorite PC that I reviewed. Some people hate it, some people love it. I personally think that this design is the first out-of-the-box PC that did it right. I mean, a gaming PC that looks like a Spider engine. But it's not a good price-to-performance ratio for sure. Siphon, what's the price difference with the PCs that you're looking at right now? AI companies kind of destroyed everything. I mean, I remember when the GPU prices were ridiculous and you couldn't find a 5090 anywhere but in a pre-built because the silicon was being prioritized by the AI companies. I don't think NVIDIA is about the gamer anymore, unfortunately. They're just making so much money off of the AI companies. But yeah, as far as the PCs that I have in here right now, this is the Lenovo Legion 5. I'm doing a review on that currently right now. Unfortunately, that is one of the ones that is not a good, like a great deal anymore. So I have it like a lighter gray. This is the Asus ROG G700 that I just reviewed. That's the Apex RTS. This is the Corsair Vengeance A7500. That's the AVG PC Max, the iBuyPower Element, the ABS Cyclone. It's an MXZ. And then this right here. Oops. That is the Omen 35L Stealth. That's a good one for, I mean, that one went up in price as well. But that was one of my favorites when it came to a PC that will look great in any room of your house. Especially the rooms that you don't want to have this giant flashy gaming PC. Even the PCs where you can just turn off the lights, still with that window looking into the PC might look a little bit more unelegant for certain rooms in your house, or unmodern. Luxiver, Justin, did I make a good purchase? Help. So the PC that you purchased, did you paste that on here? I'm trying to find. I was looking at two. One is a 320 difference. The other is a 220 difference. Man. Jared Genesis, I'm going to make you a moderator so you can send me a link to the one that you're talking about. Lord Voldemort, I have a gaming laptop, but now looking forward to some VR games with a 5080 desktop. Yeah, you're going to see some You're going to see a massive performance boost from that laptop. Want to try Half-Life Alyx and Cyberpunk mod. That is one thing that I've wanted to try. I've not yet tried a Cyberpunk mod for VR, but that would be a pretty crazy game to do some VR. And Half-Life Alyx I have played in VR, and it is phenomenal. Another game that I like to play just for like the relaxation of it is Kayak VR. Playing that with a 59, or I haven't played it with a 5090 GPU yet. Actually, playing that on a 4090 GPU is amazing because you can just crank those graphic settings all the way up. The water just looks crazy awesome with those reflections. It's like going on vacation from your room. I upgraded my 1070 to 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. I joined Team Red to fight the good fight. Nice. Yeah, jumping from a 1070 to 9060 XT, you're gonna, I mean, you probably already know, but that's a major performance boost. Lenovo still has that same deal for the Legion Tower, by the way, just on their website now and not Best Buy. The Lenovo Legion Tower, it's at 1880 right now. So it used to be, so show edit history. It used to be 1650 at Best Buy. So this 480. Oh wait, no, it used to be less than that actually. Yeah, it was actually 1400 at one point. That's why I put the 480. But yeah, you can get it at Best Buy, and I'm pretty sure last time I checked Lenovo, it's at that 1880. But it's weird because you're actually buying it from Best Buy from Lenovo. Wrong PC. Oh, interesting. Okay. Really? That it was not the case this morning when I checked. Oh. So I'm gonna have to change that on my list. That's good to know. Does that mean that Best Buy is trying to change it as well? Let's see what Best Buy's at. Nope, Best Buy's at 1880. Well, I am changing my link for that. It's so weird though. You pick it up at Best Buy. See, how do I make a link straight to that computer and not to this? Okay, here we go. Copy that. Yeah, okay, so that's the best deal of the day right now. They went back to that 1400. Who sent me that? Thanks for sending that, LLGBRCL. I'm gonna replace that link real quick so people can get that directly from Lenovo. Right, updating link. There we go. Actually, I'm going to update that in the description for the video itself. For those of you that are on the mobile phone and can't access the spreadsheet. Double check that the link works. There we go. And that's $1,400. So let's go ahead and change that. So that's going to be my deal of the day again. All right, so what do we have here? Jose, yeah, wondering if maybe I should have stuck with the Aurora 5080. Let me look at the one that you decided to get again. Yeah, technically, I mean, the 5080 is going to be... It's going to be the faster one, depending on, I mean, if you're gaming at 1440p or 4K, it's going to be the faster PC for you. But on the other hand, the Aurora is a chassis that does get hotter than the Area 51. And it is harder to upgrade the Aurora later on. So, I mean, the Area 51's a good longer-term choice, considering you can actually replace the motherboard that time. Mike Johnson, thanks for the sub. Lord Voldemort only have the Quest 3 to pair with that 5080. Do you think it'll be good enough for now? Are you saying, do you think the Quest 3 will be good enough for now, or you think the 5080 will be good enough for now? Basically, a 5080 is... Here, let me show you the charts. Or I'll show you the ranking of a 5080. I always love going to these GPU charts to see like actual percentages of GPUs. So basically a 4090 is kind of the midway point in between a 5090 and a 5080. But yeah, there's a significant difference between the 5080 and the 5090. Not as much of a difference between the 5070 Ti and the 5080 though. Go ahead and open up Jared's. Oh wait, let me see. Epic Gamer currently have a 4070 Super, thinking about the Aorus Master 5080 for extreme 1440p and 4K. Yeah, so going from the 4070 Super, you're looking at this is 4K, 43 average from Tom's Hardware, to, you said you're getting the 5080, 43 to 67. That's quite the boost. 43 to 67, 55% performance increase. It's definitely significant. So yeah, that's a pretty nice upgrade there. All right, I'm gonna check out Jared Genesis' link real quick. Is that using the King 95 case? All right, so this is an 8700F in the RTX or an RX 9060 XT. So, according to my performance, 9060 XT with a 9600X, these are the average FPS that you're looking at for 1440p. Let me look. So, which PC is that? Skytech Shadow. The 9600X is going to be more powerful than the 8700F, though. Yeah, about a 17% more performance on a 9600X and an 87 than an 8700F. So with that PC, I would technically, but the Skytech Shadow's not available anymore. That was a really good deal for that combination. 1200 seems kind of a little steep for that combo. So I mean, if you have the local pickup option for the 5070 7800 X3D, that's going to be considerably faster. Yeah, let me check out my. Yeah, it says out of stock for shipping. Pickup, check nearby. Mine doesn't. Mine's not available nearby. Also, the Legion Tower 5i with the 5070 Ti is 1567 with the extra 5 coupon. T-name, hey, I'm back. I had troubles with my last purchase, so I ended up having to find something else. This is what I found. Can you tell me if it's any good? T-name FG. Let's take a look at that. I think I added. Did I add this one to my list? The Skytech Rampage. There's a different configuration of this one. Oh, maybe not. I thought I added a Rampage to this. All right, so it's got a 7700X and a 5070 for $1,600. So a 9070 XT is going to give you more performance, and a 9800 X3D is going to give you more performance. Some people aren't comfortable with iBuyPowers. Skytech is a better brand than iBuyPower. They use better power supplies than iBuyPower. But it's something like if you're not going to be pushing the power capacity of your PSU if you're not going to push it to its limit too often, then it's still going to last you. It's not going to last you as long as a Skytech if you decide to do some overclocking and you really kind of max out the wattage of that power supply. But yeah, so 1600, the Hohen Gagger with the 7800 X3D and a 5070. That one also is priced better than that Rampage. Because it's $50 more, but a 7800 X3D is going to give you more performance than that 7700X, but not much. So overall, I'd say that Rampage is it's a pretty good bang for your buck. Lord Voldemort, I'm not sure if the Quest 3 will look as good as other headsets with that 5080. I mean, the Quest 3, it's not quite at 4K, but to me, it's almost at that pixel density that's small enough to where you don't notice it anymore. I mean, if you look hard, you can notice it, but I've gotten used to it. I mean, for sure, the Quest 2, it kind of took you out of the environment because you felt the pixels, you saw the pixels. But I think the Quest 3 is pretty close to that, where you don't really see the pixels anymore. I know you still see them, but yeah, I think it's good enough. So those other VR headsets with higher resolution displays are really expensive. Siphon BTW. Do you think this is good price to performance? $5060 Ti, 8700F. There's a lot of these PCs trying to use that 8700F now. I wonder why that is. So 5060 Ti isn't a PC that I have seen as a... It's not a GPU that I've seen as a popular enough GPU to do a pre-built review on yet. It might be worth putting that in just to have it in the charts in the near future here. But so, okay, so it's got an 8700F and a 5060 Ti. Let me look at that so everybody else can see it. For 1380. So at 1380, I mean, you're pretty close to that Hohengagger. I mean, you're $170 more with the Hohengagger, but that's with a 7800X3D, which is way faster than that 8700F, and a 5070. Here's that PC. I mean, depending on if you like white. But I think is the black version the same price? Let's see. No, the black version. White version is 1540. Black version is 1620. So technically, I can put this lower. It's a 1540 for the white version. So I'd say that's a little high. I mean, it's not. No, I'd say it's normal. It's not like as high as some of these others, price to performance value wise. Also, the Lenovo Legion Tower, now that it's back down on the Lenovo website, with a 7800X3D and 5070 at 1400. That's going to be a better bang for your buck than that one you're looking at. This one right here. And that's this PC right here. It's a little bit faster than this PC that I have here. Because the one... No, actually, never mind. It's the exact version of the PC that I have here. Anyone heard of the Aorus Supreme 5 5090 version? I haven't, but my wife got it for me for $3,300. Wow. Can't find much on it from YouTube, but it seems like a pretty decent. I just don't know much about PCs. So that is one that I had on my list as like one that was a really good deal. I don't know how you got a 5090 version of that for $3,300, because $3,900 was one of the best deals that I could find. Actually, it was the best deal with a 9800X3D and a 5090. Currently, that one is out of stock, unless things have changed. Yeah, out of stock. That one got sucked up before the Wednesday before Black Friday, because I found that deal and I had to put it on my list. But currently the best priced 5090 PC that I've found, I haven't tested the Yi and Mirage yet. The Alienware Era 51 is the best price to performance 5090 out of the ones that I've tested. The Yi and Mirage is currently the lowest priced, if that one's still available. That one is still available. I think green was an odd choice for their cover photo, but I think a blue version of this would look cool. I'm gonna get water real quick. I'll be right back. Hey Justin, saw that you're live. You hooked me up with that Black Friday deal last with your Owen 45L for 3K. Nice. So that was that last year or the year before? Because I think, no, it was the Lenovo that was out for the entire year. Because Lenovo used to have a really good 4090 deal. But yeah, last year that 45L was a pretty crazy deal for a 5090 PC. All the YouTubers were saying wait for the 5000 series. Glad I didn't listen to them and took your advice. It's still going strong. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the GPU charts, the only thing that eclipses it is the 5090. I mean, that's still quite a bit better than the 5080. So it's a nice little midway point between those two. Yeah, the 5090 is just so expensive, and when the people that were saying wait for the 5000 series, I mean, they really meant wait, because they were sucked up immediately upon launch. I mean, like all the other YouTubers called it. It was basically a paper launch, because it wasn't really a launch when you're only selling, they said, within the teens of units per store. I mean, that's not a lot. And that's all they had available. Walmart still has that iBuyPower for $1,200. Which one are you referring to? The Element Pro? Or are you talking about the your store actually carries it? Because yeah, mine says out of stock for shipping. Check nearby for pickup, and mine is not available for pickup. Rickst, would you recommend me change the Apivia 1000 watt power supply to something else? That's what came in my pre-built. No, I mean, if it came with your pre-built, I'm all for just seeing how long you can push it. Just push it till it dies. And then once it dies, then replace it. But I wouldn't replace something that is working fine for you in the meantime. A PVA, yes, a PVA is not like the highest quality power supply, but it's very rare for a bad quality power supply to cause harm to your other components. So yeah, I would just see how long you can push it. If you're not overclocking and you're not really pushing the power, it's 1,000 watts or coming close to that 1,000 watts pretty consistently. If you're monitoring your wattage and you're seeing that it's not getting close to that 1,000 watts, then it's still going to last you. Ooh, the Alienware 32-inch 4K 240 hertz, nice. I'm guessing that's that OLED. I'm using my main monitor is a LG OLED. But yeah, LG and Alienware. Actually, the Alienware 3423 DWF monitor was one of the brightest screens that I've used. I wasn't given that one though. They made me send that one back. Scavenged a better deal for the 5070 Ti. Legion Tower 5i Gen 10 with the 5070 Ti will be $14.92 before taxes on the Lenovo website with codes Extra5 and Lenovo Holodeal. Okay, nice. I wonder. You know what? I want to test that with. I'm gonna put it in my cart and see if those work on that $1,400 Lenovo Legion Tower 5 5070. This one with the 7800 X3D. Let me see if any of those codes work with this one. Alright, so I'm not signed in yet, so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Coupon. Oh wait, so Lenovo Holodeal is already on there. What was that other code you had? Extra 5. I wonder if Extra 5 works in here. Ooh, Extra 5 was a better deal than what was in there. Wait, wait a second. Something's fishy here. It's a $1,400 model. Alright, I'm going to clear my cart. I don't understand why it was, even with tax, it shouldn't go up to 1,800. No, I want to add software. Add to cart. Oh, when I put in Extra 5, BOPIS, whatever BOPIS is, was removed. I don't even know where this came from. Hopefully codes like these random coupon codes that get added aren't like some other influencer's code that overwrites my affiliate link. Because that would be lame. They're not the ones that referred people. Zan, I just ordered the Skytech King 95 gaming PC Ryzen 7 9700X, the 5070. Nice. How much did you pay for that one, Zan? The Lions last year. What is that answer referring to? Yeah, Zan, in order to know if it's a good deal, I need to know what you paid for that. Dark Raider, hey man, love your videos. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Autocoder, $1,600 Newegg Skytech Rampage 7800 X3D with the 5070. Skytech Rampage is a good one. The 7800 X3D with the 5070 combo is actually currently what I'm looking at here, the Lenovo Legion Tower. This one is $1,400. So I'd say the Skytech Rampage you're looking at, it's not a bad deal, but there are better deals than that. For instance, like this Lenovo Legion Tower 5. What monitors do you recommend? I was looking at this one, Alienware 27-inch gaming monitor on Amazon. I've never bought a monitor from Amazon. I tend to like to buy monitors directly from like Best Buy or directly from Dell, like for Alienware. Is that 27-inch gaming monitor an OLED? Autocoder, I normally DIY, but the parts alone are $1,600. Yep, I mean, people hate on pre-builts. I mean, builders, a lot of PC gamers actually hate on pre-builts because you can buy it cheaper. You can save money by putting it together yourself, but a lot of times that's not entirely the case. And if somebody wants to save a few hours of their time and it's worth not having to think about how everything goes together, what's compatible with what, then no hate on them. But Mike Johnson, or no, oh yeah, I've got a few monitors in the description of this video that I recommend. I don't think I have anything in the spreadsheet, but in the description of this video, I do have some monitors. Zan 3409, 1600 for that Skytech King 95. Let's see, let me look at the specs you had for that one again. 9700X 5070. That's a good deal. It's not the best deal that you can get with that kind of performance. But the Skytech King 95 is a pretty in-demand case just because of how well it's built and how beautiful it is. So yeah, that's not a bad deal. Beauty OLED, not sure if there's a difference. LOL. It has a curved screen if that helps. Nice. Yeah, I love those curved screens. My favorite monitor that I've reviewed was the Corsair Xeneon Flex. Being able to go from that flat to that curved was pretty cool. And the Corsair Xeneon Flex was a 45-inch widescreen, so it looked beautiful in my studio. Dr. Dingle Hoot, I'm about to buy an Alienware Era 51, but I can't choose if I should go with an i9 Ultra 285K or AMD 9950 X3D for live stream gaming. The 9950 X3D is like 1.5K more. What do you think? That's for streams. Dr. Dingle Hoot, that is a really good question, and definitely go with the Intel version. if you're going to be doing 4K gaming, because $1,500 is not worth it for the better gaming CPU. And honestly, it's only really better for gaming. I mean, it's better for gaming a lot at 1080p resolution, but once you get up to 4K, it's not really going to make as big of a difference. It's still going to be better, even at 4K, but for $1,500, no, definitely go with that Intel version, the 285K. I just pinned it to this video. If you do end up getting that version of it, if you could use my link before you buy it, I would really appreciate it. If you look in the bottom left corner of this video, you should see a link for that Alienware Area 51. But yeah, let me show you the actual FPS of that one, because I reviewed that specific one. In my review, I did kind of hate on them for not using a 9800X3D, because that is the superior gaming CPU. But they're also price gouging to have it $1,500 more for the 9950X3D or the 9800X3D version. Autocoder had an insane Zydex from Walmart in my cart and it went out of stock by the time I got back from walking the dog. Jeez. I'm guessing that happened on Black Friday, because a lot of PCs did that on Black Friday. And then as soon as they get down to like their last few units, they end up doing stuff like this. Oh, the Lenovo Legion Tower I can put back to 0 because it looks like they made good with that price and changed it back. So I'm not going to hate on them anymore. Let's make them dark green again, because you are now actually the best deal now. My price to performance charts. You're going to go back to where you came from. Once I update that to 1440p. So at 4K, because this is going to be back to the same price that it was on Black Friday, Lenovo Legion Tower is again going to be at the top. If I don't have too many questions right now, yeah, let me update that real quick so that it pops back to where it's supposed to be. Gotta edit that data so that it actually reflects its current value. Sometimes this chart data gets so complex. Alright, so 860 is its new dollar per FPS ratio at 1440p. So let's go ahead and put that in there. There we go. And then at 1080p, it's 634. So once I put that in the chart, it's going to get back to its second place. And then at 4K, 1559, which is still pretty high. It's going to be in second place in 4K. Alright, so that's nice. Nice little clean chart there. The CLX set and HBO 135L Stealth, those are still with their jacked up prices, so they little bulge in the charts there. Autocoder is the Lenovo Legion ATX and upgradable. Yes, it does use a micro ATX size motherboard. It is a proprietary motherboard right now, but it's a micro ATX sized motherboard, so you can replace it with another micro ATX size. Sam's Club. I've never actually bought a Sam's Club computer before. So i7 14700F with the 5060 Ti. What I'm looking at right now. It's this one, 1200. Yeah, that's a good deal. 1200 for those specs. Dr. Dinglehoot, thank you. Going to use the link. Appreciate that, man. It helps out a lot. Yeah, YouTube ads really doesn't pay the bills as far as like the views that you get on computer reviews. So most reviewers like myself that kind of focus on a specific, like very hyper niche, kind of rely completely on those affiliate links. But for the most part, you guys have been awesome with choosing to use those links. Like PC Gamers, I'll get comments on videos with people saying, man, your videos have helped me so much. Here's the link to the PC that I want to get. Can you convert this to an affiliate link so that you can get commission? And the people that do that is just, that just makes my day when people do stuff like that. Augustin, what's your recommendation with a 2K budget going for performance and FPS? I'm new to PCs. Oh, by the way, Dr. Dinglehoot, before I answer your question, Augustin, if you're curious about the Alienware Area 51 actual FPS, I have that in here on my spreadsheet. You can check it yourself if you want to, but yeah, these are what you can expect with ultra graphic presets. But yeah, as you can see here, it's very high for ultra graphic presets with no DLSS. So once you turn on DLSS, it's going to be a lot higher. But yeah, as far as the price to performance at 4K, it's also the best 5090 that I've reviewed at 4K. So Augustin, what's your recommendation with the 2K budget? Okay, let's look at what's still currently available. I did add a few more PCs today that I found that are good deals. Oh yeah, okay, so the Skytech Aqua is the one that I just added today. It's new to the list. It's currently at Walmart, but this one has that 9800X3D 5070 Ti combo that CyberPower PC had. These are the actual FPS for that one, so that you can expect very similar FPS with that PC. Let's take a look at it real quick. So yeah, the Skytech Aqua, beautiful PC. This one is currently at that 1950 that CyberPower PC was at, that actually went out of stock on Black Friday. Actually, was that? I'm trying to remember if that was one that sold out before. No, that was like early Black Friday. That one sold out. Ones that sold out before Black Friday, this ABS Euros Ruby and the Gigabyte, those 5090 PCs sold out before. Actually, the Lenovo Legion Tower 10 sold out at the very beginning of Black Friday as well. But yeah, for a $2,000 budget, this 9800X3D 5070 Ti combo, Skytech is a better brand than CyberPower PC as far as the components that they normally select as well. So yeah, I stand by that one. I'll copy the link in here for you in the chat, but you can also go to the spreadsheet for that. I don't think it's a product that is currently available on the YouTube marketplace to where I can tag it directly on the video. Let me see. Skytech Aqua. Oh, no, it is. Okay. So I am going to actually pin that to this video. It's going to be down here in the corner in about 10 seconds here. Let me check out my live video that I have down here. Yeah, it should be down here in the corner now. That's Skytech Aqua. And 3409, the Ryzen 7 9700X NVIDIA RTX 5070 pre-built I got is now $18.99 on Amazon, and I got it for $1,600. Yeah, that $300 seems to be a pretty common trend with these PCs. All these ones that went up in price. Here, let me show you. They all pretty much were pretty close to that $300 range. We got up to $500 on that Corsair Vengeance A5100, the i9 version, which is insane. Rain Sky, hey Justin, can I get your recommendation for PC at the $2,000 to $2,500 range for gaming on Call of Duty? I'm new to this and I have no idea what to get, to be honest. So the one that I just recommended to, who was it? Augustin, that I actually just put on my list today is this Skytech Aqua. It should actually be in the bottom left corner of this video right now. For $2,000, that's an insane deal. It's actually identical to the deal that the CyberPower PC that sold out on Friday was. That one, these are the actual FPS that you can expect for a PC with that exact CPU and GPU combo. So for Call of Duty, you're probably looking at Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I haven't done tests with Black Ops 7, but this is Black Ops 6 at 4K. This is with ultra graphic presets with Jacob, thanks for the sub. This is ultra graphic presets with no DLSS. So obviously if you go down to high or medium graphic presets with DLSS, these numbers will go up quite a bit. But for all my tests, I always run everything without any of those fancy software tools so that everything is basically just on the same playing field. You can compare apples to apples. But yeah, so that Skytech is going to be a great deal for $2,000. If you can squeeze a little bit more, there's also the Skytech Azure 3, and you can get a 5080 with that one. Let's see if it's back in stock, or if it stayed back in stock. Nope. Oh man. So that one is no longer blue as in the back in stock color. That one's got to be out of stock. I don't think there's another deal that I've found that is still in stock for that 5080 9800X3D combo. Yeah, that CLX set jumps up to 2,800. You need to stay within that $2,500 range. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not something you can get anymore. That is a pretty popular combo for people in the higher end. Oh, it hurts. It hurts my heart to see some of these go red. But yeah, this Skytech Aqua is a really good bang for your buck. That 1950 should still be in the bottom left corner of this video. Zan, do you think PC prices will continue to go down or up in the next months? I think they might go down a little bit again around like the February time, but looking at what's happened since Friday with these prices and things going out of stock, and I think things will continue to go out of stock until after Christmas. Actually, even in January, I see a lot of affiliate sales happen in January. I guess people getting their Christmas money. The sales, at least for me, that I see don't really slow down until February. So I don't see prices coming back to a decent range until around the February time. I don't see them coming back to Black Friday prices in a really long time. So some of these PCs that are still at Black Friday prices on Cyber Monday, I don't think they're going to be those prices for that long. Excel, is Yean reliable or better pay more for Alienware Area 51? Personally, I'm kind of at a, I mean, I would prefer to get the Alienware Area 51, but $250 less for a PC with a 9800X3D. I like the look of the Alienware Area 51 better. They're going to perform very similar to each other, but obviously if you want to game in 1440p or 1080p, which I don't know why you would with the 5090, the Yean Mirage is going to be quite a bit faster. But yeah, the Yean Mirage is one that I haven't personally tested. Everything looks good on paper, and I haven't, from the different reviews that I've collected and the research that I've done, it is a good brand. Obviously Dell is a bigger brand. They've had kind of a tainted reputation until recently. I personally would want to go with the Alienware Area 51 over the Yean Mirage. But if you're budget conscious, the price to performance value is going to make more sense with the Yean Mirage. But reliability wise, I'd say it's reliable enough to compete with the Alienware Area 51. So, Siphon, do you think this is a good PC? I don't want to look at the picture right now. 265F with the 5070. 1450. Personally, I would go with the Lenovo over that one. You get a 7800 X3D, which is going to be much faster, a much faster gaming CPU. Where did that PC go? Yeah, the 7800 X3D is going to be a much faster CPU than this Ultra 7 265F. It's not even a 265K. And it's going to be $50 cheaper. So I would go for this deal over that deal for sure. And that's actually this exact PC right here. I've tested that one specifically already. I haven't released my full review on it yet, but it had really good FPS for 1080p, 1440p, and 4K gaming. And then when you go to the price to performance ratio with it at that 1440p, you can see in the chart that it is the best price to performance value out of all the gaming PCs, because as you go up in configuration, you start to lose your price to performance value, because the more expensive ones are just quite a bit more expensive. You get less of a dollar per FPS ratio as you go up. But for like a mid-range PC, it actually eclipses some of these less powerful ones, which is pretty impressive. Number 2 in the charts in 4K, this iBuyPower Slate 9 is actually one that you can't currently buy at this configuration anymore because it's sold out. Diedrich Rob, I've got about $3,500 spending budget, maybe up to 4K. What's the best competitive gaming PC do you recommend? I mostly play Marvel Rivals and need a PC with more storage to download other games. Well, storage isn't something that I usually look at when looking at the price to performance value of a PC, because that's always something that is a pretty inexpensive, easy thing to upgrade. Pretty much all these PCs have an extra SSD slot that's easily accessible to add extra storage. Most of these actually have between 1 and 2 terabytes, so not a lot to start off with, unless you get up to those Corsair Vengeance PCs, but that's going to be above your $4,000 budget. The Alienware Era 51, I think the 4200 version of this PC has 2 terabytes, I believe. Yeah, 2 terabytes of storage. But yeah, like in that one, that's going to be a very easy thing to upgrade. The Yian Mirage is the best priced 5090 gaming PC. This one has 2 terabytes of storage as well. But technically, if you like the style of this PC, the design, then with that $250 you save from not getting the Alienware Era 51 PC, that's gonna give you even more storage for the same price. So I just put that Yian Mirage in this bottom left corner for you to click on. This one is currently still in stock, surprisingly, with a $4,000 price tag, with the best gaming CPU and the best gaming GPU. Rain Sky, thank you. Absolutely, no problem. Jay, I shouldn't even be surprised, but that's a lot of PCs. Yep, sure is. CyberPower is raising their prices on the 7th. Well, actually no, I was gonna diss them and say they've raised their prices already, but I think they're one of the only ones that have still stuck. I think that's why they keep selling out. No, actually, this version, this CyberPower PC went up by $350. Yeah. This one is no longer that great deal it once was on Black Friday. Diedrich Rob, I guess I'm mostly looking for gaming performance since my current PC has a 2070 Super. So out of all the gaming PCs that I've tested, the best price to performance ratio for a 4K gaming PC 5090 is that Alienware Era 51. It is $250 over your budget though, but it's a solid PC. It's a great one. the actual FPS. I think I showed you, or is it somebody else that I showed the actual FPS of that Alienware Area 51? But yeah, if you go watch my Alienware Area 51 review, I actually show you everything that I kind of show you a little bit of the process. I kind of speed through it, but I show you everything that I added and upgraded to that Alienware Area 51 to just make it a really, really cool PC. Just to show how upgradable it is, I replaced the power supply with an AMD power supply, put an AMD 9800X3D. I put in a Skytech Trix, what do you call it? A Skytech Trix 360 millimeter AIO liquid cooler. I did some RGB fans, and it looked really good. If you want to check that out in my review. Would you buy the 5090 for playing Fortnite at 1440p? Yeah, Fortnite at 1440p with a 5090 is going to allow you to put everything at epic graphic settings. And I've played with Fortnite on a 5090. I played Fortnite with a 5090 epic graphic presets. I actually play at 4K just because I want it to look as beautiful as possible, and it makes a big difference. I highly recommend, if you can afford it, to go up to a 4K monitor to truly appreciate what a 5090 is capable of. Because yeah, especially when you're snipering and you've got a 4K screen, a big 4K screen, and you're snipering, you can see what you're shooting out in the distance so much better. Because technically, I mean, with a 4K monitor, you're looking at 4 times the pixels as a 1080p monitor. A single peanut. Do you have these spreadsheets anywhere for people to look at? Yeah, if you go into the description of this video, you're going to have to be on a PC in order to click on this. I've tested it on mobile, and I guess because there's just so much information in it, it doesn't load up on a phone. I mean, you could try it. I don't know. I've tried it on an iPhone and it doesn't load up. Maybe it will on an Android or a tablet. But I have the newest iPhone and it would not let me load this up. So yeah, if you have a desktop, any type of PC to look at this chart on, you can look at all this in your own time. And yeah, click on any of these actual FPS charts. You'll see PCs that have the same specs, which are going to be close to these. You can just click on that and see what kind of FPS you're going to be looking at with ultra graphic presets and no DLSS. Yeah, I designed this spreadsheet to hopefully be one of the most helpful resources on the internet as far as comparing different gaming PC combinations to each other. So you can see how much of a difference it makes going from a 5090 to a 5080. Weigh that with your budget, cost performance. But yeah, the actual data for this whole chart, I mean, the chart itself took several days of very focused efforts to pull all this together, but then the actual data in the charts, all these FPS, was an accumulation of thousands of hours this year. Thousands of hours of testing and reviewing these PCs to get all these averages that came from running all of those tests with all of those games at multiple combinations and multiple resolutions, just to make sure that you guys are getting the most informed, you're having the most informed experience as far as what to purchase. But Tour BV in the UK, the Alienware Area 51 with 5090 and 64 gigabytes of RAM is 4K. I'm very tempted. Oh, wow. Okay, so 4K euros. Or no, it's pounds, 4K pounds. What is that in dollars? Is that similar to... Pounds is more than dollars, right? All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Autocoder, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Zan3409, could you tell me the best possible price for the Skytech King 95 gaming PC desktop, Ryzen 7 9700X with a 5070? Could you tell the best possible price of that? Let's see how much it is on the Skytech website. She said 9700X, 5070. Oh, does the actual Skytech website not have that combo? $5080. Let's do a Google search then. Do you mind white or black? Yeah, the reason I was looking on Skytech first is because I have a discount code which saves you 2%. They also have the BF150 code that you can use, but I don't see that configuration on here. So 880 for that configuration. Yeah, these deals that I have on here, like the Lenovo Legion Tower, that's going to be a better bang for your buck PC for $1,400. That's not a bad deal though. The 9700X. It's going to be pretty similar in performance to the 7800X 3D. Yeah, for sure. If you're looking for a better bang, the best bang for your buck, that's going to be like this Hohengagger or this Lenovo Legion Tower 5. Visiony, what monitor are you using? I'm currently using the LG Ultra Gear 32-inch, the dual mode with the what was it, 4080 hertz and 240 hertz. So the 4080 hertz at 1080p and the 240 hertz on 4K. I think YouTube has that in their shopping tags. Let me see if I can add that here. Oh, it's out of stock right now? Really? Let me see if another site has it. Oh, no way. This monitor that I'm... Oh, no, okay, so that's a 34-inch widescreen OLED, 240 hertz, WQHD for $700. I like this a lot better, even better than the monitor I have right now. I'll add this to my list and then pin this real quick for you guys. Bravo, sir. Thank you. Wish I found you earlier. Appreciate that. Glad it's helping you. $5,000 to you. Oh, okay. Wow. So I guess it's more expensive in the UK. Zan, do you personally build PCs for people? No, I'm trying to niche down and focus specifically on pre-builts, just because there's not really many other YouTubers doing that. There's a lot of YouTubers that are building gaming PCs and selling gaming PCs, showing people the parts needed to build their own. But I've known for a while that there's a market for people that are only wanting to just have it built for you, and I'm trying to appeal to them before I expand past that and go more into other tech and also building your own PCs. I think to make it on YouTube, when you first start out, you need to super niche down and be known for one thing. Like, you need to be the guy for that one thing, and then you can kind of expand from that. How much better would you say 4K monitor is compared to 1440p regarding productivity, everyday tasks, and editing? Productivity and everyday tasks, not like a huge deal. For editing, I think it makes a really big deal, because when you've got that editing window, you're looking at your preview, you want that to be as sharp as possible so you can kind of notice any minute details or errors in your video, because it's not going to be like that big, so you want the pixels in your little preview window for your video to be as sharp as possible. Autocoder, affiliate link for the Skytech PC. So you're talking about the Skytech Aqua that I was just mentioning. I just pinned it to this YouTube video, so it should be popping up here in this left-hand corner, but it's also going to be in that spreadsheet as well. So if you go to my spreadsheet, the link in the description, it's going to be, which number? It's going to be number 38 on the charts. But I can also just copy and paste it here for you and put it in the chat. How do MSI PCs compare to Skytech PCs? I'd say quality-wise, they're going to be about the same. MSI has the benefit of having their own parts. I think somebody wants me to say 6.7. So for those of you just now joining the stream, in here we've got the Lenovo Legion Tower 5. It's the exact one that's in the spreadsheet. I just did all of my benchmarks and tests on this one. I just need to finish the review, and then this is going to be the next PC review that I post. This is the Asus ROG G700 that I just made a review for. This right here is the Apex RTS 5090. I am currently working on the review for this. I just ran all the tests for it. I just need to double check them. And then this is the Corsair Vengeance A7500. This up here in the corner is the AVG PC Max. That's the Skytech Element. This right here is the ABS Cyclone, and that's the MXZ. And over here we have the HP Omen 35L Stealth. This one unfortunately just went back up in price. But it is one of the best looking PCs for you to put in like a standard room, like your living room. Something that kind of looks more like an oversized Xbox instead of a random gaming PC with all of its flashy lights in your living room. And then this is another version of the Asus ROG G700. It's the version that they originally sent me that is not actually available. So then I asked them to send me one that people can actually purchase. I did lose an entire day of work doing B-roll and tests on a version of the PC that doesn't exist, but luckily they sent me a second one that is actually one that people can buy. What do you guys think about the volume of the music? Is it too loud? It sounds like a pretty decent volume in my headset, but I just want to make sure it's not overpowering or annoying. I drink a lot of water in these streams. Wow, I already need more water. Not used to talking this much. There's a deal of Alienware Act 1250 with an i9 285K and 5080 2 terabytes for 2200 at Micro Center. So Act, I think that's the Alienware Aurora. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. What is the Area 51 cost? The 5080. I think it's quite a bit more. Or what is the Aurora on Dell's website? Aurora R16 5080. It's weird that it's not cheaper on Dell. Huh. What about Best Buy? Does Best Buy not have a deal just as good? Aurora. Looks like they don't have any deals at 220. Yeah, that's a good deal. It's weird when the actual brand themselves don't have the best deal on their website. Like when Newegg or Best Buy or Micro Center has a better deal on their website, it kind of confuses me. Like a 265 with a 5080 for $3150 on Dell's website. Like, why are they price gouging on their own website? I mean, the Alienware Area 51 with the 59, yeah, the Alienware Area 51 with the 5090 is priced really well on their website. But I don't know why for some of these others they're not. Let me get some more water real quick. So that has a 285K with a 5080. I think I have a combo with those specs. For anybody else watching, I know you said you already bought it. For anybody else watching that is curious about the specs for a PC, or the FPS for a PC with those specs, is what you can expect with a 1080p, 1440p, and 4K. Is this kind of what you got with your PC, Santiago? Or do you even play games similar to this? I always run my graphics settings at ultra graphic presets with no DLSS. Do you typically game with ultra graphic presets, Santiago? Yeah, doesn't it make such a huge difference going to ultra settings? I don't know, like, why some of these people want a game with super high FPS and forego having like beautiful graphics. Like honestly for me, after 150 FPS, I don't really notice a huge difference. I would rather get my game looking as beautiful as possible than having way more FPS than 150. But I mean, by all means, if there's a game that runs ultra graphic presets past 150, then I'll take it. But I always want to max my graphic settings out as high as they can go. Nice. Yeah, 160 FPS average on Battlefield 6 with ultra graphic presets. Yeah, that is a good experience right there. I can't wait till you can play games like Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, and Battlefield. And technically you can with Cyberpunk with the mod. I can't wait till you can play games like that, like they make them for VR. That makes sense to lock them at 120 so that you don't get any of that screen tearing. Yeah, I turn off VSync and all that stuff for my tests just so that I know what the maximum FPS is without it getting capped off. But yeah, as far as if I'm actually gaming, I do want to play with VSync on so that I don't get any type of tearing. Nice clickbait. Oh, you mean as far as the timer having a 1 hour left? Yeah, I mean technically the Cyber Monday deals should be up by now. But hopefully some of these deals still remain. Some people need some more advice on different things. Actually, let's see if some of the best deals that I have on here have changed now that it's past midnight, at least in Central Time. So the Skytech Aqua, that was one of the really good prices for the mid-tier. That one's still at $19.50. It's not out of stock. That's good. Another really good deal was that Yi and Mirage with a 9800X 3D and 5090. And that is still in stock. How good of a brand is Honegagger? Honegagger is more of a new brand. I actually haven't physically tested Honegagger. When I go to look at some of these PCs, it all depends on like the specific builds. If it's a case that I recognize, if it's using some pretty common parts, like this one that I have on here, this Hohengagger. This one's using the Y40, or at least a case that's almost identical to the Y40. Pretty sure this is the Height Y40 case. Let me double check if they have that in here. Yeah, I don't see the case unless I'm missing it. Nope, there's not even the word case on here. But yeah, that's just a really good deal. 5070 with a 7800X 3D for $1540. Sergio asked if Legion is good. I'm gonna paste the Legion link to the one that I recommend. But yeah, it's this Lenovo Legion Tower 5. the 7800X 3D and 5070. That's actually this one right here that I just ran tests on. It did go up to $1,800 earlier today, but then it went back down to $1,400. So that makes it the best performing or best price to performance value for a 1440p gaming PC. Almost the best at 1080p and almost the best at 4K. The AVG PC Max, this one right here, is the best price to performance value for a 1080p computer. But it also, its actual performance is not nearly as good as that one. But as far as price to performance value for an $850 PC and a 5600X with a 5060, that's a really good deal. Maya Holden, I kind of missed your message on that other platform. Not sure what time you sent that. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Yusahol, is there a link to that doc? Yes, if you go into the description of this video, if you scroll just underneath the chat and then go down to the second section, say top gaming PC spreadsheet link right here. If you click on that, it'll take you to the top of this. And if you're new to this stream, the way this works is all of my top recommendations are on this beginning part, going from $5,000 to $1,000 price ranges. Everything that's in red is what has gone out of stock. You can see the rows that are now light green. Those are the ones that went up in price since Black Friday, so they're kind of like not that great of a deal anymore. So I made them light green and then showed you the price change since Black Friday. And then we also have the other PCs that are still dark red and still dark green and have not gone to red or sold out. Those I currently still recommend, and I have added a few more to this list, like this Skytech Aqua that's on here. But then, yeah, if you go down a little bit further, we've got the average FPS for 1080p, 1440p, and 4K for all of these different PCs that I've tested. And over just below that, you can actually click on the FPS per game. You can see those charts for those. Then we've got the product links next to those and my review video for each one of those PCs. So like for this Origin PC, if you click on that, it'll take you to show you the exact average FPS and 1% lows for each of these games. This is with ultra graphic presets with no DLSS. And then underneath each of those charts, you can click on this link here to pop you up back to the top of the spreadsheet. But then, yeah, just a little bit below the all recent PCs tested this year section, it shows you the price to performance ratios for each of those PCs that I tested this year. And this will kind of show you all of the performance to dollar value of each PC against their competition, which is a very helpful resource in making sure you're not getting ripped off. J Fashion, why do you have so many PCs? Because I'm rich. No, I'm just kidding. The only PCs I own out of all these is this AVG PC. That's an $800 computer. this ABS Cyclone that is another $800 computer, and this MXZ, which is a $500 computer. Everything else is something that is loaned to me by the brands themselves that I have to return, most of them before the end of December. Did you see that Walmart deal, the 7800X 3D with the 5070 and 1 terabyte for $1,300? I think you're talking about the iBuyPower Element Pro on my spreadsheet. This one seems to be pretty much out of stock everywhere unless your local pickup shows it as available, unless you're talking about a different deal that's not the iBuyPower. My actual PC that I use, my daily driver, is 4090 PC, which is an expensive PC. That's actually off camera right now. That was a Corsair build kit PC that Corsair actually sent out to me, and instead of making me repackage all the components and then send it back after doing my video, they let me keep that one. Slide over here instead of wasting your electricity. Well, technically, I think just having these computers on and not even really signing in to the computers, like I haven't even signed into Windows on all these PCs currently right now, I don't think they're running anything that would be making them take up that much power. The actual LEDs themselves don't take up that much power. The LEDs and the fans. Zuhul LOL. You think that's a good deal? No, that's a fantastic deal. It's a really good deal. But unfortunately, I think unless are you in an area where that local pickup is available? Because my Walmart is saying it's not available for pickup. Fugs. But didn't you think of giving it away like a giveaway? The Santa Vodka, thanks for the sub. You mean giving away one of these inexpensive ones? Well, these three I haven't done a review on yet. Because I need the money, I'll probably resell them. Is the Skytex Shadow worth $800 on Amazon? So if I want a PC and I need one, what do you think is the best for someone's first PC? J Fashion, that depends on how much money you're able to spend, because obviously the best bang for your buck is going to be that Alienware Area 51 for $4,250, or that Yeehan Mirage, which I haven't technically tested yet, at $4,000. But if you don't have that much money to spend to get that, it all depends on what your budget is. Because your performance will increase dramatically depending on how much money you have to spend. So Alex, the Skytex Shadow $800 PC on Amazon, can you send me, I'm gonna make you a moderator so you can send me the link to that. Because it all kind of depends on what all that includes and how much it is. Oh wow, that PC only has 1 stick of RAM. You sure it only has 1 stick of RAM, or is it just two 8 gigabyte sticks of RAM? Yeah, 16 gigabytes really isn't that much RAM, but honestly, most of the games that I run don't run over 16 gigabytes. Does it actually say that it uses only 1 stick? Are you saying the picture shows it has 1 stick? Oh yeah, the actual pictures only show that it has 1. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. So yeah, I'd much rather have 2 8 gigabyte sticks. i5 with the 5060 for 1,000. Yeah, this iBuyPower Slate at Best Buy has a i7 14700F with a 5060, and it's less expensive. Oh wait. No, is this one of those? I think this is one that went up in price. Let's see. Yeah, that one went up to 1,300. I need to update that in here. Yeah, so considering what else is available right now, if you're willing to wait for the Stormcraft, that one is a pretty similar deal, but with an i7. Does this show how many sticks of RAM it has? This one has 2 sticks of RAM versus that 1. Okay, no worry. Hey, I want a PC, but I need more FPS and probably a low budget. I have like 15 to 1700 max. Just want nice FPS and better graphics for game, like Warzone, Battlefield 6, or Elden Ring. So with a 1700 max budget, uh, yeah, that AVG PC Whirlwind is a good step above the Asus ROG with the 5070. So if you could squeeze like $100 more, that AVG PC Max would be a really good bet. I've been actually recommending this one at the end of almost all of my reviews, even before Black Friday, just because it's such a great deal. And it's been locked at that 1,800. So honestly, I mean, you don't really have to worry about waiting to get this one because it's not like Black Friday or Cyber Monday specific, unless it sells out. But this one's been doing well for a while. But if you have to be at that $1,700 range, then you've got the iBuyPower Slate 9 9800 X3D. Believe this one's still at 1,650. Nope. Was that at? It said 1,900. Well, oh wait, I think did I add that already? Nope, I didn't. So 1,650 to 1,900 is a $250 increase. So we need to change that in the charts. These good deals are dropping like flies. You get a light gray now. or light green. Yeah, so the Legion Tower with a 5070, I have actual FPS for. If you go into my charts, you can see that, or into the spreadsheet. Pretty good FPS for a PC with a 7800X 3D and a 5070, especially for the price that it's at. It's currently the best priced PC in mid-range that I have. If you go to my actual pricing per FPS charts, especially at 1440p, it's at the #1 spot for the best value. But yeah, if you want to go as close to 1700 as possible, yeah, after 1400, it kind of jets past that because some of these deals have been sucked up. It's like if you go for the Asus ROG, which is $50 more, you're going to want to go for the AVG PC Whirlwind with the 9700 XT and a 9700X and 9070 XT. If you go to this chart, you can see the difference between those two PCs. So this is the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 with a 5070, and this is the AVG PC Whirlwind. So that's $300 more, or no, $500 more. But look at the price, the FPS difference. Is Newegg a trusted website? Yes. Yeah, Newegg is one of the most trusted PC brand websites. One thing that was they had an issue with, I think Gamers Nexus actually called them out on it a few years ago, was them not honoring returns as often as they should. And since then, they completely revised their return policy and have one of the most generous return policies right now. They actually have a better holiday return policy than Best Buy. Their holiday return period goes to the end of January, so January 31st. Best Buy's holiday return period lets you return all the way up until January 14th. Oh, J Fashion, I kind of skimmed past your. I plan to spend $2K on a PC, but my friend told me it's better off building one, but I don't know. So Jay, your friend is right that you will save some money for the most part on building your own. Right now is honestly a great time to buy a pre-built though, because RAM prices are through the roof. They've skyrocketed, so it kind of makes it less worth it. Plus, you have to buy Windows, you have to buy everything and make sure that it's compatible, and then if something isn't working, you have to diagnose individually to figure out which part you have to replace and RMA to the actual manufacturer. With a gaming PC pre-built, the whole thing has to work, and if it doesn't within a year, then it's the company that sold it to you's responsibility to send you a new one within that year, just completely. So they're going to try to diagnose it to figure out what's wrong with it, because they don't want to have to send you a brand new PC, but they will if they determine it's going to make more sense than sending somebody to your house to fix it for you. Can you send the link to the Y40 iBuyPower RTX 5080? Having some conflictions with buying from iBuyPower as I'm worried they will cheap out on parts. So is that the one from Best Buy? assuming you're talking about this one. A single peanut. Do you have recommendations for brands that allow you to customize your pre-built? I was looking at CLX based off your charts, but I don't know if that's practical. Yeah, usually when you're allowed to like specifically choose your parts, there's a yeah, they charge you a premium for it, so it's going to be even more expensive than an already ready to ship pre-built. So if you like doing that, then yes, that's an option, but it will be less of a price to performance value to do that. Hey, is it worth buying a warranty on a GPU 5090? I don't technically think it's worth it. What's a good beginner PC for a 2K budget? The one that I keep recommending at that range, one that I actually just put on this list, is the Skytech Aqua. It's a beautiful PC. But a 9800X3D with a 5070 Ti is a great combination, and to be under $2,000. The only PC that came close to that was an identical configuration of a CyberPower PC. Skytech is a better brand than CyberPower PC, and so you can look at the actual FPS charts for the exact same spec PC. So you can expect similar FPS with that PC as this one. And so this is at ultra graphic presets with no DLSS. So you turn on DLSS and bring the graphics presets to like high or medium, and you'll see quite a bit more FPS than even this. But going back up to that chart, I went ahead and put a little YouTube link here in the bottom left corner for that computer. It should have popped up there for you to click on. But I'll also, it's in my charts as well, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat as well. "2K Skytech Aqua." Octeller, yeah, there is a trade-off with getting PCs that are at a great value a lot of times, but the CL40 5400 megahertz RAM is not going to make a huge dent in your performance with that PC, so it's still worth it. Newegg gets a D- rating though, and people have been saying their PCs aren't arriving. Siphon, where are you seeing that Newegg's getting a D- rating? I've only had good experiences with them when I've done my own purchases. was on sale earlier for $19.50 and I got it. Still able to return. Sosa CyberPower PC gaming desktop, AMD Ryzen 9800X 3D with the 5070. Is this a good upgrade? What are you upgrading from, Sosa? I don't think I have that PC on my chart, so I would need to know how much money that one is. Sedant Sinchetti, I purchased iPad Power Element Pro from Walmart today. This PC died. I need help with some good PC recommendations to snag a deal. Please help me find a great trustable PC. My budget, $1,300 to $1,600. Sedant, when did you buy that PC that it died this quick? Budget is $1,300 to $1,600. That Lenovo Legion Tower, this one right here, is the one that's currently the best price to performance ratio out of all of the PCs that I've reviewed. Lenovo is definitely a great PC brand. I haven't done my full review on it yet. I should be finishing it at some point this month. But yeah, if you click on right next to that PC, you can see the actual FPS charts that I got for that one at 1080p, 1440p, and 4K. This is with ultra graphic presets. But yeah, that's the one that I recommend for the $1,300 to $1,600 range. Let me see. Let me copy this. You can get that in the chart, but I'll go ahead and copy and paste the actual link for you. Is this PC Element Pro 7800 X3D 5070? The PC that I'm sending you a link for is the Lenovo Legion Tower 7800 X3D 5070. What happened to my music? Oh, lost the camera. There we go. Where'd my music go? I want to ask you that $1,000 is good for 1,000 watt is good for a 5090 GPU. That's like the minimum that you want for a 5090 GPU. Technically, like if you're going to be pushing that 5090 really hard, I would recommend a 1200 watt one. I have a Legion RTX 3060, just been waiting to upgrade to 5070 series, but I just don't know which one would be best deal once, so I went with the CyberPower PC. Alright guys, we are at 1 a.m. CST my time. So, actually let me answer this question real quick. Do you think the Y40 5080 with the 7900X on Best Buy is better, or the Skytech Aqua with the 9800X 3D and 5070 Ti? So the 9800X 3D is going to be a better CPU. The 5080 is a better GPU. So if you're playing at 1440p or 4K, the Y40 5080 is going to be a better bet. Yeah, if they're both at the same price, if you're playing at 1440p or 4K, the 5080 Y40 is going to be a better bet. Do I have a coupon code for Lenovo? No, but they do have a few coupon codes on their site right now. I do have if you're asking for an affiliate link, because you want to make sure that I get commission, then I really appreciate that. But if you're looking for a discount, that I don't have any discount codes specifically tied to me for that. Alright guys, so that is it for my Cyber Monday deals live stream. If you guys have any other questions, just leave some comments on this video. It's going to be posted as it's going to be posted as an actual video after this gets done. YouTube will archive it. So yeah, but the spreadsheet I'm going to keep up. It's going to stay here. It's going to exist. If you ever just want to come back, click on one of my live videos. It'll be in the description. I'm going to consistently update the spreadsheet for other videos as well. But yeah, appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching.